Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Neil and today we're going to unbox a Blackstar HT 100 Mark II head. Today we're checking out a Blackstar Ht Stage 100 Mark II. From my experience, the Blackstar amps that I have used are very forgiving. They're very nice to play through. I've not tried a Blackstar HT Mark II yet. Blackstar amplification have been around a while now, and I think they're getting to that stage where they've been around a while and they're starting to really make a big impact by creating new things. They've always been an innovative brand, you know, they put tubes in pedals long before everybody else, and also they really owned the 1 watt, 5 watt head market for quite a while, and almost, I think Blackstar kind of invented that as well, really, and a lot of other brands followed that. I think now though, with Blackstar amps being around for quite a while, a lot of improvements have been made, and this Mark II probably has a bit more clout, a bit more poke, and a bit more fullness to it than the original version. I just want to say this thing weighs an absolute ton. I don't know if it's because I've not done an amp demo for so long or what, but this thing is super heavy. So I'm assuming it has colossal transformers in. I'm not going to put my back out. I'm going to adjust the camera, which I should do on other demos as well. I'm going to put the camera facing down here, and I'm going to get on the floor, groveling about down here on my beautiful carpet. And yeah, you can see how nice my carpet is because I'm really proud of this carpet in here. And you can also see me unbox the Blackstar Stage HT 100 Mark II. The other cool thing about being down here on the floor, whoa, is that you get to see not just my carpet, but you also get to see this awesome, beautiful Schecter here. That is a Banshee GT6FR, and it is absolutely awesome. I play that a lot, and I'll be using it in this demo when we plug this thing in just a few minutes. I was expecting this amp, and I've asked for it a while ago, but I wasn't expecting it this week. Oh, to be honest, it's turned up really quick. Huge thanks to DPD. They are becoming my favourite courier service at the moment. They don't leave things in my dustbin like UPS. That's right, UPS once left an amp in my cardboard bin, and the amp was only worth, you know, 1,200 quid. So yeah, I've been a bit grumpy with UPS ever since that happened. Right, there she is. First thing I want to say about Blackstar amps, first thing I want to say that I absolutely really like about them is the handles. And I know it's something a bit, who cares about the goddamn handles on an amp? I get that, but I care because I'm old and little things like that please me. That is a lot of bubble wrap. One thing that I will say is, if anyone from Blackstar amps is watching this demo, that I prefer this Tolex to what is on the St. James. I think it's nicer, it looks more expensive, and I like it a lot, but I really love the handles that Blackstar put on there. They're not those plastic things that you have to force your fingers under. It's a proper heavy duty handle. So 10 points for that to Blackstar amps. I do like that. Let's get this thing out of the box. So there she is. It looks nice. First thing, I like Blackstar controls. The knobs that they use on their amps are really nice. I like them. They're very clear. Good quality as well. They don't just spin round, you know. Like you couldn't walk past the amp and just brush them, and like you can see there, they don't move, you know. They're pretty solid. I like that. I've always liked the Blackstar logo right from the start. The faceplate on this amp is like a satin kind of black. It looks absolutely fantastic. It looks great. It looks mean. I do prefer the Mark I plexi style look to it than this kind of vintagey grill type look, but it still looks nice. It still looks a great amp. It's just a personal preference, you know. But power on, standby. We have volume. This is the master section. We have volume, presence, resonance. We have a reverb. Thank God. I love amps with reverbs built in. You don't have to use them, obviously. If you've got a reverb pedal, it's awesome and you love it. But I don't know why reverb went missing off amps, Marshall still put them on, and Blackstar do. It must be a British thing. I think Fender have some as well, don't they? Obviously, but yeah, I like reverb on an amp. I have the choice then of whether to use it or not, you know. So it's got reverb on it. OD1 and OD2 EQ is here, and obviously it has the ISF feature there. Basically, what they say is that Blackstar, fully that way British and fully this way American tone. I don't really buy into that much, if I'm honest. I prefer the switch that was on the St. James, where it's just two voices. You can just switch it between them. That worked really well. I'm hoping that on the new HTs, if there are any new ones come out, that they put that voicing switch on there as well. All the amps and pedals that I've used by Blackstar have a lot of low mids. They are more low mid focused amps than high mid focused amps, like say PVs, EVHs, which is nice for me to have something different, you know. A lot of people out there and modern players prefer low mids anyway now. But yeah, so you've got treble, middle and bass. You've got OD1 and OD2 there. You've got a volume and a gain for both of those channels. There are two voicing switches here. Here you have the clean channel, treble, bass, a voice switch and volume. So these two voice switches here obviously are for OD1 and OD2. Oh, you've got a 10 watt switch here, so you can power down to 10 watts. That's really cool, because a lot of smaller amps that have these, you know, low watt amps don't use big power amp tubes, and I find that they don't have as much low end because of that. They have the EL84s in rather than the EL34s, and you end up with a smaller tone that doesn't fill the room as much. Whereas obviously with this amp powering down, you've got the full 4 EL34s in the power section, so it's going to remain fat. I think there is just 2 preamp tubes in this thing, like a lot of modern amps are going that route now. With the preamp tubes, they're just putting 2 in there, which is fine, that's all you need. I'm going to flip it round so we can talk about the back. Oh, right, so we're looking at the back panel now. There's a hell of a lot going on the back panel. Way more than I expected. USB audio, I'm assuming that is so you can record out, you know, straight into your DAW, and maybe put an IR on in the DAW, something like that. I don't know though, because I don't know anything about this amp. There's 2 foot switch sockets here. You've got your effects loop here, and obviously you have the level switch for your effects loop. Reverb, this is interesting. This is what I really want to delve into. Your reverb on these HT models has a dark and a light, so there's 2 different types of reverb on there. So not only have they put reverb on, they've actually give you 2 options, you know, 2 modes for the reverb as well, which is, I don't think anyone else does that. I've not seen that before. These 2 are emulated out. So what that means is that there will be some kind of IR or some kind of speaker sim going on there. So you can select between a 412 speaker sim with that button or a 112 speaker sim. It's up to you. One thing I will say is emulated outs. This one might work well, but some that I've used in the past on Marshalls and things were not that good, but we'll see what this one's like. A lot to cover on this head. It will not just be one video. I will do an initial plug-in after we've talked about this in a few minutes, and we'll have a playthrough of the amp, and we'll even put a boost in front if you stick around right to the end of the video. But there will be like a part 2 and a part 3, so we can check out all these options and different things going on the rear panel. We will be recording with this thing using the emulated outs in part 2, but just for today I'm going to put an SM57 in front of a cab, and we're going to have a quick playthrough and just like a first impressions video. Plenty of speaker outs here. I'm not going to go into that. I want to get this thing fired up. I want to see what it sounds like. I can't wait, so let's get on with it. Let's get it on top of the cab. Like I say, I'll be using the Schecter over there with loaded with EMGs, and the head will be going into a cab with V30. Okay guys, so I thought I'd come back on as give you my opinion on it at this stage in the video. Obviously it's a long video, is this. It's got a lot of modes on it, this amp. There's going to be a part 2 and a part 3. But I genuinely, I'm quite shocked actually. First of all, it sounds amazing. It sounds great with no boost. We are going to put a boost in front of all the overdrive voices and channels in a second, but I just wanted to come on at this point in the video because it felt boosted then. Genuinely, that amp felt like a boosted amp. Also, the tone that you've just heard, I don't know what it comes across like to you guys, I don't know what it sounded like on the video, but it just sounded, it sounded great. It was like, you know, that crunch, you know when you boost an amp you get those kind of high mid overtones that give you the dynamics of, they tighten it up obviously, but they give you those crunchy dynamics for the harmonics, and when you dig in, it gives you that chompy, chewy feel. That's already there right now, so that's only going to get greater when I put a boost in front. I can't wait to put a boost in front of this thing. But I think I finally found an amp. I mean, the JVM you can do this with as well. You can gig with the JVM without boosting it, and obviously the EVH is on red channel. But this feels like it would cut as well, and I don't know. I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked because it doesn't get much better than that. Like seriously, like I've tried tons of amps, all different prices, made in all different countries, and it doesn't get much better than that. That's a fact. That's the truth. You know, all these amps you can see behind me, that's as good as any of them. The reverbs, I love the reverb, but that's about as good as it gets. You know, it's a great tone. It's amazing, and I genuinely love the amp. Especially obviously OD2 with the voice switch on. You know, I think that the OD1 needs a boost. It'd be interesting to see what happens with the boost. So yeah, that's enough waffling. I just needed to come back on, and I felt like I genuinely needed to talk because I was shocked, you know, because it just sounds amazing. So let's get a boost in front of the overdrive channels. Let's check them out. Let's see what happens. I think it's only going to get better, even better from this moment onwards. So stick around, please do not go anywhere. Let's listen to it boosted, and please do not forget to go down there in the comments below and let me know what you think of this amp. I'm going to be totally honest here. I mean, I've not got the St. James with me anymore, the Blackstar St. James that I reviewed earlier in the year, but I think this is better. I like this more. I think it sounds better. I think it's great for metal. So yeah, let's go. Let's get a boost in front. Let's see what it sounds like.